What's up, everybody? It's your boy, not Helmet, and let's talk philosophy. And why am I making a philosophical video if your boy is not a philosopher? Well, one, plot twist, I am a philosopher, and two, this is the most random channel on the planet. That's why. And I want to talk about this because I have a question. But let me build up to that question first by giving you this little story that happened to me a few days ago. So I was playing this little stupid cart ride game, and I was, just coasting like a king. And this little Roblox noob decided to pay to kill me, and like drop premium currency just to ruin my day. So what did what did I do as any rational, matured human being would do? I opened up my wallet, bought Robux, and nuked the entire server. But as I'm spending my last remaining premium currency just to farm a kill streak on her, I was sitting there looking at my bank account and realized that's the dumbest $12 I've ever spent. And realized, why does money matter? What's the point? It's a question that floats in my mind during school. Money is everywhere in life. We talk about it, we worry about it, we work for it, but why does it matter so much to me? Why does it have such a hold on everything I do? Like every day I wake up in the morning like clockwork. My brain immediately runs diagnostics on my financial situation, subscriptions, dreams. Like, can I afford to exist today without going broke tomorrow? It's automatic. It's like a survival instinct someone jammed into my skull without asking. I didn't start life this way though. Nobody comes out the womb stressed about interest rates. I used to care about stupid stuff like sticks and dirt, but I was happy just being. And then society took me by the throat and whispered things like, "Get a job!" But eventually, I bought into the narrative where money equals safety, money equals freedom, or at least that's the fairy tale version I've been looking at. But let's be honest, I don't just care about money for basics. I care because I'm terrified of not having it, not eating, or not looking at my favorite OnlyFans model, but let's not talk about that right now. Becoming a statistics in someone else's motivational speech. Think about that. And once you scrape past survival, the next layer of this rotten onion is status. We pretend money means success, validation, proof that you're not just some loser drifting through life like a fart in the wind. Do I actually care about money? Hmm? Do I just care because everyone else does? That's the part that keeps me up at night. Money is just trade, right? That's what they say. But they don't mention what you really give up to get it. I trade time. The only thing I can get more of. Every hour I clock in. Yes, I have a job. But I'm burning part of the finite timeline that is my existence. I give up evenings, weekends, and sometimes even the will to live just to watch numbers go up in my bank account. And sometimes I stare at my clock or the clock during shift and say like, yeah, there goes another chunk of my life. Hope it was worth the Chipotle I'm gonna buy later. But it's not just time, it's energy, your sanity. And just think, just think. I've stayed up chasing deadlines for a few extra bucks, running on caffeine and raw anxiety. I've traded peace of mind for performance metrics. I watched my sleep schedule dissolve in a sweet promise of overtime. And for what? More money? More stress? Then there's a collateral damage. Missed hangouts, ignored text, ruining friendships and opportunities I let rot because I was too busy working. I've made choices that sounded smart on paper, but it felt like a soul erosion in my life. And you start to wonder, is the grind worth it? Or am I just feeding coins into a machine that never spits anything out back? And the real question behind all of this is, does money actually solve anything that matters? Sure, money keeps me alive. I can't deny that. But the deeper stuff, fulfillment, connection, and actual happiness, that's where illusion starts to crack. I used to think a raise would fix me. That little extra in the bank would plug holes in my mental health. And yeah, for like a week it felt powerful. Then reality reset, And all the same problems were still there, just with better shoes. You can't buy dopamine hit. You can't buy meaning. You can't buy a vacation. Like you're still the same person when you come back, but with sands in your socks and stuff. But when is it ever enough? It's not. This is an illusion, a number in your head. If I make this much, I'll be fine. Then you get hit with nothing. So you raise the number and chase again and again. It's like a treadmill with made of spreadsheets and shame. You keep running, but you finish the line. But plot twist, there is no line. You're not chasing success. You're just running. And that's the part that gets dark. Money isn't just numbers. Numbers will stop. So if your sense of peace depends on number, congratulations. You've signed up for a lifetime of idiocy. I don't know how to say that word. and and disappointment. And you might never realize you've had enough because the system profits off of you feeling like you don't. You were never supposed to win. You just keep playing. And this one never stops being baffling. We got millionaires, taking rocket joyrides while people are choosing between gas and groceries. Same planet, same species, different realities. How did we get here? Was there a meeting where we all agreed that some people get to hoard wealth like dragons while others suffer for sport? Did we just forget to vote? You can grind your whole life and still drown in bills. Meanwhile, some 23-year-old inherited more money than most people will ever see. And no, it's not just about working hard. That's a bedtime story for adults so they don't cry in the shower. Most people aren't lazy, they're just busy trying to survive a rigged game with rules written in invisible ink. So, is money even real? That's the part that is really tickling my balls right there. Money, it's probably fake. Like, seriously. Numbers in a database, paper with old white guys on it, metal circles, that's it. If aliens came here today and asked us what controls our entire society, we'd show them a piece of green cotton that smells like poop and doo doo. Money has power because we all pretend it does. It's the longest running LARP in human history. We drop billionaire in the middle of the woods with no phone, no connection, no resources to tell me how many zeros in his bank account matter when he can't find clean water. We built this thing brick by brick, gave it rules, gave it weight, and then it started running us. We made the tool, then we handed the keys. And I've thought about this before. What would life look like if money wasn't the center of it? Like, imagining what life would be. Like, if survival didn't depend on a paycheck. If I have to worry about bills or rent, I think I'd live for slower. Maybe I'd actually do the things I say I don't have time for. Maybe, like, paint, write, like go outside and touch grass probably. Basically all this stuff I abandon because it doesn't make sense financially. It's weird how much we do every day isn't about what we enjoy but what keeps the lights on. And I don't think I'd turn into a lazy blob either. I still do things. It's human nature to want to do, build, to create, to move. We just might do it for better reasons because we want to, because our landlord's clock is ticking. Relationships would probably look different too. People might actually value each other for who they are instead of what they do or how much they make. There'd be no silent scoreboard of success to measure against, like, no, who's doing better? Comparison based on how shiny your car is or how miserable your LinkedIn sounds. Just people existing without that weird financial tension baked into everything. Yeah, it sounds utopian, maybe naive, but if money vanished, some people would still need reasons to get up and do the gross, boring jobs. We'd still probably start trading other currencies, respect, status, maybe. I don't know any other examples. I'm kind of retarded. But humans always find new hierarchies. But still, imagining a life where the first thought of every day isn't, how do I make enough to survive? That's a nice daydream, but honestly, life without that constant financial anxiety sounds peaceful. Imagine waking up with the pressure to produce or perform, just living because being alive is enough, spending time with people because you like them, not because you're networking doing things because they feel good, not because they add value. The older I get, the more I realize that the stuff that makes life feel real, love, laughter, a good walk, dumb jokes, it's all free, but we treat it like filler between paychecks. The irony is brutal. The best parts of life don't cost anything, but we spend all our time chasing the things that do. We burned decades trying to make it, only to realize we already had what mattered. We just didn't have time to notice. And here's the real kicker. I don't think money was ever the point. Somewhere along the way, we mixed up the scoreboard with the game. Money is supposed to be a tool, a way to make life work, but people end up working just to feed the tool. It's like worshiping your wrench instead of fixing the damn car. When I look back, the happiest moments in my life don't have price tags. They weren't paydays or purchases. They were quiet mornings, idiotic conversations, stupid little victories that I didn't even earn a cent. And that makes me wonder how much of my life I've traded for comfort I don't even enjoy. Like when I'm old, I doubt I'll wish I made more money. I'd probably wish I wasted less time chasing it. Because the older I get, the more obvious it becomes. Money is not freedom, and you can't stop thinking about it. So maybe the real point is that money just doesn't have one. It's useful, sure. It can buy comfort, safety, time, but it can't buy meaning. It can't buy love. It can't buy peace of mind. Those things are built, not loved or brought. I don't know. I'm just reading the notes my grandpa gave me. I went to the philosophy group with my grandpa at the library, so I'm just quoting it from him. So everything I said is a lie, except for the part where I got a job. But listen, maybe that quote that my grandpa gave me, maybe that's the move. Stop letting money be the main character, though. Let it fade into the background where it belongs. Because real wealth isn't a number, it's how much of your life actually feels like it's yours.
You shouldn't have that many deaths. You should have more. Just saying.
No, he doesn't have more. Do you know why he doesn't have more? Because he just didn't fucking do anything.
Exactly.